Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be talking about the E50M. This is, of course, a tier 10 German medium tank, and this is the all-time medium and light hunter. This is pretty much the bounty hunter of Blitz when it comes to lights and mediums, and oh boy, if this tank goes after you in a 1 versus 1 scenario on a flat ground in a city without a hull down situation, then this tank is just going to rip you apart again if you're a light or a medium. Now, if we look at the E50M, it pretty much has all the characteristics you need for a strong tank. Does it have good armor? Hell yeah, it does. One of the best mediums when it comes to the armor profile. On top of that, does this tank have mobility? 60 kilometers forward with a good power to weight ratio. Like, if you look at the STB1, the STB has 53 kilometers forward, while, as I said, the E50M has 60. That is absolutely crazy. If you look at the M48 Patton, that tank has 48 kilometers per hour. Now just think about the damage you can do with a ram in the E50M. God, I got this tank recently on my main account, and this tank just shreds tanks to bits, especially when it comes to, as I said, close quarter firefights, where you can just slam into a medium tank and absolutely eat up all his hit points because he can't pen you back, or it's very hard to pen, and using their DPM against you becomes very, very hard. Of course, the lower plate is going to be huge. It's going to be a big weak spot, especially from far away. We all understand that, but I'm talking about sort of like clinch situations or very close encounters. Now, does this tank have a good gun though? I mean, the aim time is quite standard, I guess. It's better than tanks like the M48 Patton when it comes to the aim time and dispersion, but overall, it's pretty okay. If you compare it to the STB again, it has a little bit better of a dispersion, but a pretty decent aim time. So overall, the gun is not bad, guys. The only bad thing I would say about the gun is the fact that it has APCR, which really does sort of let you down at times, because there is going to be a stupid non-ricochet simply because the shell type is APCR instead of AP. I would have preferred it to have AP, but it is what it is. DPM is 3,364, which is again on the lower end of mediums. I mean, it's just a tiny bit better than that of the STB1, right? So, I mean, they're pretty much the same with the STB. And as I always say, the STB has pretty bad DPM. And so the DPM is on the lower end, but that's okay. But that's okay because, again, you have a pretty good gun in terms of weapon handling. You have great mobility and great armor. No other tank at tier 10 especially can move this fast and pack this much armor. I mean, this is just incredible. It's basically an E75 fitted into a medium chassis, and off you go. I mean, if you look at it, the upper plate is very strong, the turret is strong, and I feel very comfortable. The thing is that this tank can go brawl, it can push, it can sit down in a position. So as in like the 140, for example, is not meant to sit in one position. It's meant to always advance, always be on the move. It's meant to be mobile. The E50M can do that. The E50M can be mobile when necessary. The STB, for example, and the M48 Patton are meant to sit down in one position and use their armor or turret armor. The E50M can do that. It can do that as well. 8 degrees of gun depression and pretty decent turret armor is going to allow you to block shots from heavies, lights, and mediums. Of course, TDs will be able to smack you up, but that's a different story. Overall, I feel like the E50M is just solid. It's just a very good tank, and if you are looking to play mediums, this is the first medium you should be getting, in my opinion, to sort of teach you about the game. Either this or the T62A are going to be ideal choices if you want to go for your first few mediums. I wouldn't recommend a Leopard. I've said this many times. I wouldn't recommend a Bad Chat, but I would recommend the E50M or the T62A. So tell me what you guys think about this in the comment section below. And with that, Happy is out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.